Hey parents, we are continuing our series, What's Missing, this week. Last week we kicked that off and started talking about the fact that joy is one thing that a lot of believers miss in their walk with Jesus because they think that it's supposed to be this thing that's kind of drudgery and a grind when really Jesus invites us into life and life to the full. And so we talked last week about how God invites us to find true joy in Him. This week we're going to be taking a little deeper and saying, okay, so if that's the case, then where does joy come from? So we're going to be in Galatians chapter 5 tomorrow night. Many of you know that as the fruit of the Spirit passage, and that's what we're going to be talking about because one of those is joy. But the other side of that is that before that, Paul talks a little bit about what he calls acts of the flesh, just these sinful things that we often give into when our sinful nature is tempting us, and we are being led down a path where we want to try and find fulfillment in those things. And we're going to be drawing a line between those things being a way to seek happiness, but joy coming from the Lord, and kind of drawing a line between what is happiness and what is joy, because happiness is based on emotion. Happiness is based on the moment, but joy is something that runs deeper. No matter our external circumstances, we can still have joy in the Lord, but that comes from the Lord through His Spirit. And so that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it. Just for you to be able to continue the conversation at home, a couple of questions you can ask your student. Ask them what they think the difference is between happiness and joy. And then ask them, what are some things that you might be holding on to or in your life trying to use to find happiness when God invites you to find true joy in Him? And then 3, how can you actually lean in and ask the Spirit to cultivate and grow joy in your life? What does it look like to pray that together as a family over the next week as we're kind of walking through this passage and seeking this thing out? And what a cool opportunity to have that, to be able to just pray with your student at home, at the dinner table, before bed, in the car, just wherever, to ask the Spirit to really cultivate and grow joy in your life and in their life. So again, deep conversations for you to have. I hope that you're taking advantage of those because you are the discipler of your student. God gave them to you so that you could grow them up to follow Him. And so I'm praying for y'all. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, and we'll see y'all and your students then.